Beach is now in session. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Go Navy.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Karen Bauman.
Here.
Fred Catcott. Randy Gross.
Here.
Gloria O'Keefe. Jeremy Green.
Are there any corrections to the minutes of our December 18th, 2024 meeting? If not, the meeting stand for approval. The Board of Adjustment is a committee created by the Missouri State Legislature and governed by the revised statutes.
Chairman, can I get a first and a second? We need to have a motion.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Motion to accept the
Yep.
minutes.
Thank
You're
you.
correct. Thanks. So minutes are approved.
Need a vote.
Okay, take a vote. All in favor of approving the minutes?
Aye.
Aye.
Second.
Thanks. The Board of Adjustment is a committee created by the Missouri State Legislature and governed by the revised statutes of Missouri, 1986. It is a committee for the city of Osage Beach and functions under the Circuit Court of Camden County. Composition of the board is prescribed by RSMO 1986, section 89.080, as having 5 full members and 3 alternates. A variance requires an 80% approval to pass. This means 4 affirmative votes. Therefore, 4 members must be present to convene a meeting. If only 4 members are present, we do allow petitioner to delay their hearing until 5 members are present, if the applicant wishes. In order to grant a variance, the board must find that special circumstances exist which are peculiar to the applicant's land, structures, or buildings that do not generally apply to the neighboring structures in the same area and cannot be reasonably be addressed within the existing ordinance. Also, strict application of the provisions of the city ordinance would deprive the applicant of reasonable use of the land, structure, or building in a manner equivalent to the use permitted other owners in the same district, then a variance could be granted. The board must ensure that special circumstances is not the result of action of the applicant taken subsequent to the adoption of the ordinance on May 10th, 1984. It is incumbent on this board to help ensure public safety by not granting a variance that would obstruct the functioning of the fire, police, and ambulance service in the performance of the duties. It is not the intent or purpose of this board to eviscerate the Planning and Zoning Commission or perpetuate ongoing nonconformity within city ordinances. Appeals of the board's decisions must be made to the Camden County Circuit Court, not to the city of Osage Beach. In a few minutes, all interested parties will be allowed to address the board. We ask that you step forward to the microphone and state your name. You will take an oath to speak in this matter. We call case 353. The applicant is Daniel and Susan McCurley. Have all the legal notice requirements been met for the hearing?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Has the city made a proven effort to notify by mail adjacent and otherwise obviously affected property owners?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we have.
Were there any written responses?
Yes, as you saw in the packet, we have the letters from the Architectural Review Board for Summit Circle. Don't have those in every subdivision in town, but we do in Summit Circle, and those were provided, and they have their approval for the subject proposed addition.
Okay, thank you. Would the city planner please describe the variance requested and the conflict with the ordinance?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. As you said, this is a request by Daniel and Susan McClurley to do an addition onto their home located in Summit Point, first addition. The address is 1201 Summit Circle. In this particular situation, if you go down there, you'll see that this house is located on a bit of an offshoot off of the actual Summit Circle. And I can tell you that back at the point where the homes down there were built, the right-of-way was in a completely different location that was far closer to the actual homes than it is now. In the 90s, the city went through the process with the homeowners and moved the right-of-way, giving them a little bit more space to the point of where we have the request that we have today. Of course, the majority of what they're asking for as it pertains to the mudroom, the pantry, and the breezeway walkway is actually, you know, between the existing garage and the home. So it's no difference as far as its conformance with the setback requirements. Where we get into the setback requirements not being met is in the addition of the garage, which will be 13.85 feet away from the front property line. Of course, at 13.85 feet, they're still not as close as the existing garage is to the property line. And in this particular situation, any of the homes down there that wanted to do any kind of addition to their home would be required to get a variance because all of them are legal nonconformings. Whether they asked to do something off the back or not, they would be required to request a variance from you. In this particular situation, obviously this is on the front side. Anything in the back of any of these lots would be rather steep in nature, probably in addition to the, you know, the deck or something like that. But if we see any kind of you know, addition or remodel necessities down in that particular area on those 4 lots, chances are they're going to have to come before this board, and the McSorleys are here before you today.
Okay, thank you. Does the applicant desire to amend, add to, or clarify the reasons for the request? If so, please step forward to be sworn in and use the microphone. Is there anyone who wishes to comment in favor of this variance request? Please be recognized, step to the microphone, and state your name.
The applicant's here, but he doesn't seem like he needs to say anything unless you all have questions for him.
Does any of the board members have a question? Okay, we'll move on. Is there anyone who wishes to comment in opposition to this variance request? Please be recognized, step to the microphone, and state your name. Okay, hearing none. Are there any other questions from the board? Hearing none. Does council have any comments?
Legal approves.
Okay. Does any other staff have comments?
No, sir, I'm all good.
Hearing none, the chair will accept a motion on the variance request for case 353. Is there a second?
Easy. Gotta have first.
Oh, sorry.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Any further discussion from the board? Will the clerk please take a roll call for the variance?
Karen Bauman. Approve. Fred Catcott.
Yes.
Randy Gross.
Yes,
Gloria O'Keefe. Jeremy Green.
the variance passed. Any further business?
No, I have nothing further unless you all have something for me.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. We're now adjourned.
Congratulations.
Yep.
Thank
you.
You should have done this in August,
Sure.
so in the winter you'd have a nice warm way to go.
Exactly. So now you can just, I'll go ahead and send you a letter of approval, but